go to Senator Omidvar.
Thank you, Chair, for entertaining a question from a guest. I appreciate that, and thank you very much, Mr. Merezhko and Ms. Kovaliv, for spending this time with us when your country is in the face of such enormous crisis. My question is again about sanctions. Canada has been proactive on the sanctions front, and in short order, in a couple of weeks at least, at the most, Canada will pass into law a measure that which will enable Canada to confiscate and repurpose the assets of Russian oligarchs and entities held in Canada. How would you like to see the assets deployed to help the victims of war in your country? These are not going to be billions of dollars, but they are going to be a few million. How would you like to see that deployed? And the question is to both of you.
Perhaps we'll start with Mr. Merezhko. Thank you, Senator.
Thank you. It's a great question. I'm right now participating in Bratislava Security Forum, GlobSec, and we are discussing this issue. I think that we can think about creation of special fund for Ukraine on the basis of the frozen and confiscated Russian assets. And this money can be used in order to reconstruct, to rebuild Ukrainian economy, and also to give this money to compensate the victims of Russian aggression. But we need to think about this international kind of fund, and Canada can play the role of the leader in this endeavor. Thank you.
Thank you. Ambassador?
Thank you for the question, and thank you, Senator, for your efforts in bringing this legislation and introducing the legislation of seizure the assets, including the Russian assets. And we do count on also the support of the Senate on this law being adopted, and Canada will be among the first countries in the world who will introduce this mechanism. So in terms of the seizured assets, we are looking for creation of the fund, that this fund will be support in two sectors. First, it is the rebuilding including the infrastructure, because the support of the people who were wounded and affected by the war, they need to live, they need the water access, they need the roads, they need the schools and hospitals. So a part of this infrastructure, and with many cities, this infrastructure should be built almost from the scratch, because the cities are totally destroyed. And of course, for people, as I mentioned, 220,000 people lost their homes, and we need to build them. We need to have them access of the housing, access to clean water, access to medical care. So we do think that this fund, which we will do together with the international partners, will be one of the tools to work with this fund that should work for the people of Ukraine who suffered mostly from the war.
Time for a quick follow-up?
Yes, please, go ahead.
Thank you, Ambassador. As Canada takes the lead to bring other like-minded partners to this proposal, and we hopefully start contributing to a global fund, do you think it would be helpful for Canada to also paint out the governance of such a fund with principles and transparency, etc.?
I think that since we will be developing these talks on how that will be structured, there are two things important. First of all, we need to have these joint efforts with different countries, and also with those who both have the leadership on pushing this legislation and be like a first example to the other countries to do, and also for those countries who have enormous amount of Russian assets. So that need to be a joint efforts of Ukraine and Ukrainian government and those countries who will participate. And we do believe there will be a lot of countries to participate. And this joint discussion needs to be done together, everybody, on how to structure it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ambassador. Thank you, Senator. We come to